We are back with another interview. This time I am joined for a very special kind of week one coverage of Real Salt Lake's 2-1 win over the Vancouver Whitecaps with RSL, undefeated RSL fullback Andrew Brody. Andrew, how are you, man? Thank you for your coming on the show.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thanks for having me. I love the intro.
I mean, look, how does a undefeated? I mean, it's one win, right? It's one game, but how is it looking? Zero losses, zero draws, and you guys coming out on a road victory so far.
Yeah, no, obviously it's great to get that first win under your belt, first week of the season, especially away from home. It's never easy in this league to get results on the road, and we've shown that we can do that over the last couple of years,
Yeah.
and lead going into week one. To be able to do that shows the character of this group, and we're kind of picking up where we left off last year. I'm just super proud of the resilience that we showed in the first week, being down at halftime on the road, tough environment to be able to fight back and get a win there.
So, I mean, how much do you guys hate hearing the ex-dog joke? I mean, like, but I'm sure the joke gets annoying, but it is very true of the sense of like you guys for the last two seasons, maybe even more, really just don't stop fighting. Like you guys, you're down 1-0 at the half, you come back and you just have this absolute 5-10 minute performance of just we're back in this game against Vancouver.
No, for sure. I love the X Dog joke personally. I love it because we embrace that. We embrace the mentality and the hard work we put in. But like when we say the X Dog, I just don't want it to go unnoticed that we do have quality as well
Yes.
in our group. I think sometimes that kind of is forgotten, and it's just too much about the X Dog and the work that we put in, which is fine because I think that's where that's our DNA first and foremost, I guess the word I'm looking for. That we're gonna compete the right way. We're gonna leave everything out there week in and week out. But then, I do think we have a bunch of quality on the field as well to go out and get results to pair with that hard work.
I mean, look, for sure, you guys have quality all over the field. I think last year, in my opinion, for you guys, it was a major increase in visibility to guys like yourself, guys like a Zach McMath. I think even when you're looking into the attack, like an Anderson, Julio, Jefferson Savarino coming back into the squad, I think you guys do have so much high quality talent. That's the right phrasing there. High quality talent, but it is the fact that your high quality talent also doesn't stop, and that's the reason why you guys do perform as well as you do, and you guys have made runs in the playoffs, and this team is a lot of fun to watch. But I do want to go back to week one. Obviously you guys are down 1-0 at the half, getting into the first real action of 2023. What is Mastroeni saying to you guys in the locker room? Like, we're still in this type of deal, or is he more of a screaming, yelling kind of guy at the half?
No, I think he was pretty calm. We knew ourselves going into the locker room before Pablo even came and spoke to us that it just wasn't clean enough.
Yeah.
There were too many sloppy giveaways, too many stray passes in the midfield, really all over the field. We couldn't really get anything going, couldn't get into any rhythm. So we knew coming out in the second half that that had to be better. And then we know when Pablo came in, he just gave us that encouragement that listen, we're still in the game. It's only 1-0 down. We've been in situations like this before. So he tweaked a couple things at half, gave us that confidence to say, listen, if we get one, we're going to get another. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what we did. I think we scored in the 70th and 73rd. So literally exactly what he said. He said, if we get one, we're going to get a second. And, we went on and did it. And I think the quality that we showed on the ball in the second half was much, much better than the first half. I think we played with a bit more confidence to look forward and play penetrating passes. And I think that really showed in the second half as we were able to kind of get them on the back foot a little bit.
I think you mentioned it, right? You go back to back goals pretty much in what, a 2-3 minute span, whatever it was. A guy who I feel like is heart and soul of the club from an outsider looking in, right? I'm not an RSL fan. I'm not in the RSL area, so I can only really tell as much as I can. But a guy like Justin Glad, who's been there, done that, he's a club homegrown, all of that. He gets the first goal, and then Demir Krylak getting the
Yep.
second goal. What is having Demir back, Demir scoring game winners? What does that mean to the locker room? Because you can tell, like, at least from an emotional standpoint, what that goal and what this, like, that last game meant for him.
Yeah, no, it's huge for him. I'm so happy for him that he was able to come back, get his first start after being out most of last year, and then
Yeah.
finish it off that way as well with amazing finish and then the 3 points. But he's our leader, he's our captain. We go as far as he goes, and he just brings that positive vibe, and he brings a winning mentality to the group. He's a guy you want to work for, and when he's in the box, it's crazy. Like, I feel like he's gonna get his head on any ball that's served into the box, whether it's around him or not. Like a bad service, a good service, like he's gonna find a way to get there. He's such a threat in and around the box, and he's a clinical finisher. We've seen that over his time with us in the MLS. So it's just about finding him in the right spots, getting him the proper service, and he's going to take his chances.
One thing that I've seen from professionals, or I've heard from professionals at every single level, I think in any professional sport, right? It comes down to like you guys always grinding to improve. You guys are always grinding the next day to improve upon better what you did. I think you had a phenomenal first game of the season personally. But what do you think you can personally take away from week one that you want to go into week two, or this preparation for week two, that you're like, okay, I can just be that X small percent better?
Yeah, no, I think it's important to realize that you can get better every single time you step on the field. We're not gonna win a championship tomorrow.
Yeah.
It starts in training. It starts like getting one day better every single time you step out on the field. And we're firm believers of that at RSL. We're all about the process and getting better day by day. Were you asking just more as the team or like me individually?
Either or, I
Yeah.
don't know if there was something maybe that you were just like, crap, I didn't do that well. I could have
Yeah.
done it better. Or maybe the team, you guys just see
Uh-huh.
something that you're like, we should be doing this better from the jump.
Yeah. No, I guess personally, it's about just getting adjusted to the right side again.
Yeah.
Because last year I played predominantly left back, and it's a lot different. I'm finding that now I could take that touch forward, opening up my body with my right foot, and I think now one thing I could work on is just better service, putting in better balls for the forwards to get on the to get on the end of. That's one thing that I would like to maybe get better on in week two, and working on this week in training. And then, as far as the team goes, I think it's about putting in a full 90 minutes. I think we came out
Mhm.
a little bit flat this last game. And I think, if we could start a little bit quicker, that'd work wonders for us in our game. And I think, just it's also first game jitters on the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
So I mean that's going to happen. It's bound to happen, I think. But if we can come out on Saturday in Seattle a lot more confidently, I think that'll be really good for us.
Right. It's week one. We don't want to overreact to performances individually or team performances week one. Everyone has to get back into the swing of it 100%. How does it feel for you to be back in Major League Soccer play again? I mean, I feel like it's one of the shortest off seasons in professional sports, but how does it feel for you to be back?
Yeah, no, I did go by a little quick, but I'm buzzing to be back. I live for these games. I love suiting up on Saturday or whatever day it is to go out there and do what we love. Ultimately, just going out and competing with this group of guys that you work with and sweat with and laugh with and cry with
Yeah.
throughout the whole year. You go through all the ups and downs, and then it all comes to fruition on the weekend. Everything you work for is for these games on Saturdays. So I think it's just so fun going out there and playing a game with your brothers and seeing what you can accomplish.
What did the off season hold for you? A little golf, a little fish, a little what are you doing this off season?
Yeah, a lot of time with the family. I went back to
Okay.
Florida, spent some time with them. That really try and take advantage of that in the off season. See them when I can, because I've been on this grind for so long now. Where I went to the academy when I was like 16, and I've only ever seen them like in the winter months. So I guess I try to take advantage of that. A lot of relaxing, a couple of vacations here and there, but nothing crazy. I stuck around Salt Lake as well. The facility's open for us. We can still go in, get some touches in, lift
Yeah.
some weights. So try to stay fit as well.
Okay. Just staying on the grind. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
See some
exactly.
family.
We live for it.
You mentioned one thing earlier. Obviously, your transition from 2022 to 2023, kind of going back to the right hand side. No Aaron Herrera, right? Like Aaron was a guy who, I mean, I'm still a big fan of him. I think his talent level is immense. Is there like a hole missing in this team right now for like in your opinion, like that Aaron's not there, whether he's playing left back, right back, center back, his versatility was key. I mean, I'm sure you got a lot of work with them. What is there, is there a hole and is it kind of just like, okay, next guy up type of deal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a whole. Obviously, I love Aaron. I think he's a fantastic player, and he's one of my best friends. And I miss him
Yeah.
personally, just being able to work with him every single day. But as far as the whole goes, I think it's next man up. I can step in at right back. We have Bodie Hidalgo, who's playing really well. He's an up and coming homegrown who can slot in at right back as well. So we have players in different positions that, we have Brian, and we have a new Brian coming in on the left side. So we still have a lot of depth in the outside back positions. Obviously, Aaron is a fantastic player. He's shown that in his time in Major League Soccer of what he can do. So obviously, I miss him from a personal standpoint, but I'm excited to be on the right side and show what I can do over there.
Well, it's good to hear you and Aaron were friends. I mean, I and are friends. I love just
Yeah.
seeing friendships and who's friends with who around the league. My final soccer related question is obviously, it is early season. You are going now on the road again to Seattle. What does that prep look like for you? And when you are focusing on, getting yourself ready and the team ready for the Seattle Sounders, I mean, a big 4-0 win for them. That I'm sure, you're going into any game like any other, right? But what are you preparing for personally for the Seattle Sounders?
Yeah, we know they're a tough opponent. They offer a lot going forward. They have a lot of dynamic players across the front line. So we know we got to be organized as a back line and a midfield block. And I think it's about defending as a whole group. And it starts from the front. It's not just the back line that has to defend. You go there, you're going to be under it at times when you play at Seattle. That's just how the game's going to go.
Yeah.
There's going to be times where you kind of have to sit back and absorb pressure a little bit. But then when we do have the ball, I think it's on us to be able to make the field big, which we want to do, get our outside backs really high, and then try and show our quality, switch the point of attack, play in between lines, serve balls into the box. And, we're confident that wherever we go, we can get 3 points if we come out with the right mentality and the right work. So I think we can do it.
That's that X Dog plus talent. That's that X-Dog
You
plus
already know.
Last question for you, and I appreciate you coming on, give me some time to chat a little RSL and some week 1, week 2 stuff. But my last question is, how pumped are you guys to get back in front of RSL? Two games to start the season on the road. I'm sure sucks a little bit, but how pumped are you guys to get back home?
We can't wait to get back in front of our home fans. We saw last year how big of an impact they had on us, selling out every single game in the regular season. And, they really push us on late in games, close games. They give us that extra oomph almost to go out there and get results for them. They really push us on. So I'm excited to get back at America First Field in front of our passionate fans and hopefully give them a performance they can be proud of.
Absolutely love it. Ladies and gentlemen, listening, watching, whatever it may be, Andrew Brody. Andrew, thank you so much, man, for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Love the show.